Hello, friends. Welcome to my Living Wisdom speech. Today's topic is You Are Your Own Doctor. I'm Dr. Tenderlin, a professor and a psychologist. For me to talk about, to tell you how to be your own doctor, I find out this only way I have to use myself as an example. Tell you my experience in my care of my body in my life. Since when I use myself as an example, I got to tell you a little bit about myself. As you know, we are a environmental animal. We are the product of the environment. A lot of our behavior was shaped by our environment. So at the first, I'd like to tell you a little bit of my experience with Linden River. Linden River is not very long, about 42 kilometers long. It was originated in Mount Dao and run into Taiwan Strait. And since my house was on south side of Linden River, and elementary school I attended was on north side of Linden River. So I remember when I was small, every day I'd have to walk about more than 30 minutes to walk across from one side of the Linden River to other side of the river, and especially walk across on Linden River Bridge. Normally, it's okay to walk on the bridge, but in summertime, the bridge surface get into hot, and it was, at that time, we were all barefooted. We don't have shoes. So summertime, I have to risk my life to walk under the bridge and walk across the river. This somehow is a risky behavior. But I got to do that because I have to attend school. And the Linden River give me a lot of story. It's a funny story, but it is a horrible story too. The funny part is the villager, they are on the riverbed, grow a lot of crop, especially farmer crops, especially tomato and watermelon. And the watermelon, in my memory, it tastes so good. Since it is growing from the sand, it's very tasty. But this Linden River, every year, when this typhoon comes, it always have a flood. And this flood can come, wipe up all the crops. So the farmer has to reclaim their territory in order for next year to grow the crop again. So they have to, during the flood, high flood time, they have to get into the river and use the stick to stick the stick to signify, to show where is his farmland, where is a site for growing is going to be. But it is a very risky business. I remember I even saw one villager right in front of my eyes was washed by the flood, and it way into the Taiwan Strait. And this strategy This horrible experience still remain in my brain. But overall, I feel Limbe River is run its own pace and it turn at its own wheel and it have its own resources. So in summary, I want to say I learned from it that Limbe River, he is his own road and run his own course. And this is what I learned from it. Okay, I learned from Limbe River that this Limbe River, he is his own boss. He runs his own course. And this point, can you believe it? When in 1964, I came to the United States to pursue my doctorate degree. And I attend UCLA for a degree in counseling psychology. Can you believe it? In my course, I even learned this point too. Because in counseling, there's one guy called Carl Rogers. He emphasized very much about non-directed counseling. That is, counsel mainly reflect the client's feeling, and by doing that, he clarified the client's thinking about his own problem. Then, finally, client was able to find his own solution of his problem. And my professor, Dr. Carl Sorensen, he has his own mode of counseling he want to teach us. He called it guided inquiry mode. And this is very much a problem-solving approach. By teaching the client the basic psychological principle, but he was guide the client through a serious step of problem solving. Find out where's your goal, what you want to do, where is the obstacle, and how you want to overcome your obstacle to solve your own problem. So all of these two approaches mainly is it is the client to solve his own problem, not the counselor. Counselor is just on the side to help you to clarify your problem situation and learn some psychological principle. And I have doing this in my doctoral dissertation too. Here is my doctoral dissertation title, The Interaction Effect Among Counselor, Client, and Counseling Setting Within the Guided Inquiry Mode. And I even published my doctor in a Journal of Counseling Psychology. So you can see I fully enjoy my study at the UCLA, and I learned from my professor that it is the client to solve his own problem. And same like a Limbe River, it is the river run his course. He is in charge of his course. Same thing. The client, if he got a problem, he had to be in charge of himself to solve his own problem. And this is what I learned from my doctoral education at the UCLA. Although I learned from Limbe River and from my doctoral education at the UCLA, I have to run my own course of my life. But I was shocked. I didn't really put that into practice. Because in 2001, all of a sudden, I got a regular physical examination and I was found to have a stage 3 colon cancer. I was shocked at that time. And the doctor right away told me I got to have a surgery. After having surgery, right away I got to have a chemotherapy. And this was all done at the Kaiser Permanente Hospital. At that time, Dr. McLeod did his chemotherapy and he prescribed me to have a 15 minutes injection every week with glucovolin, and glucovolin is somehow like a vitamin, and a 5-FU is the chemo drug, and he want me to have a 15-minute injection with both of them at the same time, and I expect to be finished in 26 weeks. But to my surprise, about a month later, wow, I got all the negative reaction. I got indigestion, nausea, skin itching, and even my hand start to have a blue skin. I was so afraid. Wow, what are the situation I'm getting into? I was so horrified. And I talked to the people around me, and especially in the patient support group. They all suggest me I got to go to San Francisco to see a doctor at the ECSF to get his opinion on this. And also, I have to talk to another doctor about this situation. And at that time, Dr. Russian, he come in and change the course. He said, no, you got to do a 2-hour injection. And first, with glucovolin. Then, stay for a while, then he give another 5-FU injection. So every time I go to hospital, I have to stay there for 2 hours just for injection. And this lasts for 6 months. And finally, the UCSF doctor agreed with these procedures. And I take it and I follow it, and it come out okay. It have a good result. Even until today, my colon cancer did not come back. I don't have all my PSA testing indicate I'm in good shape. But in this treatment process, I learned I wasn't my own doctor. I did not take my treatment course. Right at the beginning, when Dr. McLeod prescribed that 15 minutes procedures, I did not ask for any second opinion. So I learned from this treatment process that I got to be my own doctor. Not just for my life, especially take the course of my treatment. I had to be involved in it. This is what I learned, and this is what I want to emphasize today, that in your treatment to seeing doctor, you got to play a part to be your own doctor. At the time of colon cancer treatment in 2001, Kaiser Permanente is my hospital, but that time it's just a necessity. It's not really my first choice. I don't have that choice at that time. It's just by an insurance necessity. So I get a treatment from Kaiser Permanente, and they did me good, take care of my colon cancer problem. But for all other treatment necessity, after that, I moved out of Kaiser Permanente and get into John Muir Hospital for other care. And I get to see other doctors too at the John Muir Hospital. But through these two hospitals, back and forth, I come to know quite a bit about these two hospitals. And finally, I tell myself, if I want to be my own doctor in the treatment of my future medical needs, I need to take charge of which hospital is going to be my hospital. And finally, I decide to go back to Kaiser Permanente and choose Kaiser Permanente right now is my own hospital for care of my own medical needs. From this point on, again, I want to use myself as a personal example to show you how I play a part to be my own doctor in the treatment of my physical needs. And this is a very private thing, I agree. But I'm not afraid to let you know. Because I personally, as a psychologist, I believe you are able to share your personal discomfort with the people around you, even you, I don't know you. It's okay. If I'm open about myself, I think that's the way it's a relief to myself. As far as the joy is concerned, we know you share the joy with people, you get more joyful. But on the other hand, I also believe you share your suffering, your sadness with the people around you, I think you get more relief. So I'm not afraid to let you know who am I at this point. So I want to share with you two very private incidents in the care of myself. And I expect you to keep it to yourself too, after you listen to my speech today. The first one is the problem I have with so-called prostate cancer. After I get recovered from colon cancer, I went to see a neurologist at the John Muir Hospital, and he told me I got PSA 4.0, but very likely you have a prostate cancer. He want me to have a biopsy. I hesitated, but finally I agreed with him to have a biopsy because he said that's the only way to find out you have a cancer or not. So I let him to have a biopsy. During the biopsy, I was hospitalized 3 days because of infection. Not only that, I got this diagnosis paper from him. He said they find I have a 5% of the core have a colon cancer. I was shocked. I said, then what do you want to do with it? At that time, he said, he kind of really interested to do the surgery for me. But at that point, I already learned from a past colon cancer experience. I say, no, I got to find a second opinion. So I talked to the people around me, another doctor. I even read another support group from patient, and even read another, attend another meeting here and there, and I find out if you did a prostate surgery, the chance of success is only 50%. Even though it will come with another side effect like urination and sexual dysfunction, and I was hesitant to agree with him. So at that point, I show my courage. I tell him, no, doctor, I don't want to have a surgery. I want to watchful waiting. That is, I want to see how my prostate or the PSA have a 4.0, and I don't have any problem. I'm going to keep going on watchful, see how it goes. And finally, this doctor agreed with me. So I go through every year on watchful waiting, and I even go to see another. I change my neurology doctor to another doctor, and that doctor also help me to do all the watchful waiting, just keep doing whatever I do, and I find out my PSA the rate testing always maintained in a really stable, even until today. So at this point, I got a confidence. I find out since I play a part in taking care of myself in my treatment process, I did not do that unnecessary surgery as suggested by my urologist. Oh, I feel good about it. My second example of being my own doctor is something to do with apnea. When I was under the care of John Muir Hospital, taking some medication for insomnia, I was surprised one time the insurance company even asked me, do I want to have a apnea testing. I don't know what it's all about. And I agreed to take a testing, go to the sleep center, and all my body was wired up about 20 wire. And after the testing, they say, wow, you got severe apnea. You have that problem. And my doctor, without any question, God always prescribe me to wear CPAP. This is this kind of machine can help you your breathing during your sleep. And it was helping my sleep. Breathing is okay, but it did not help me to solve any insomnia problem. And I was kind of hesitated and troubled by wearing this machine, wearing this CPAP, because it's not easy to move around. So when I come to Kaiser Permanente, I went to see their sleep doctor, and they give me another very simple testing by watch pad. This is not, I don't have to wire anything. I just wear on my hand and at my own bed at home. But I was surprised to see they tell me in this testing, I don't have apnea. Why it was a big relief, but it's a big surprise. How can that be happen like that? And I talked to the doctor. I think he agreed with me that when I did a testing at the John Muir Sleep Center, I was forced to sleep upright. That means my face was facing the ceiling, and I got the apnea result. But when I sleep at home, tested by watch pad, I was sleep on my side, and I found out I have no apnea. So at this point, I feel myself, I got to be my own doctor again. I made my decision. I say in my life, as far as I remember, most of the time, I sleep on my side. I did not sleep upright. So I decide not to wear CPAP anymore because it's cumbersome. It bothers my sleep. So from that point on, this is almost 3-4 years in the past, I still sleep without wearing CPAP. And I think I can get by without it. And I feel good about it. And this is the way I feel I take charge of myself by being my own doctor on this point. It did not solve the whole problem, but at least it eased my current medical condition. And I feel good about it overall. As of today, I'm 83, on the way to be 84, and I feel my life goes on as usual. I don't say I don't have any medical problem. I don't say that. But I feel all my medical problem, in a sense, is under control. And the reason they were under control, and to my idea, to my intention, to my desire, it is because I was able to act to be my own doctor. I search, get second opinion, and find information in working with the doctor and in solving my medical problem. So I feel we should not be really passive in our care of our body. You don't 100% give to the doctor. You still have play some part in your own treatment. I feel to be your own doctor have its own merit. Thank you very much for your listening today. I hope you like it. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel and see you next time. Bye bye.